Hey, take a breath for a second and picture this. You sit down, hit power, and everything just feels right. Not good for a moment. Not almost there. Right. That's the feeling you get the first time you use the Skytech Azure 3 Plus. This is for you if you're the kind of person who doesn't tolerate hesitation in performance, who's noticed your current rig starting to struggle just a little more often than before, and who knows the difference between smooth execution and compromise. You've outgrown gear that almost keeps up, you want something that owns every task you throw at it. Before we go any deeper, check the current price and stock. Systems built like this don't stay quietly priced for long, and hesitation almost always costs you more later, not less. There's always that moment with a setup that's been fine for a while, games looked great until a big scene dropped, workloads felt acceptable until deadlines piled up, or you closed browser tabs not because you wanted to, but because your old PC silently asked you to. You didn't need failure to know something was off, you just felt it. That's the upgrade moment. And that's the moment you knew a higher tier was waiting for you. The first time you hit play on this rig, you feel confidence instead of compromise. Launching games doesn't give you a loading screen, it gives you momentum. Multitasking isn't a negotiation. Creative workflows feel immediate. The system doesn't ask you to work within limits, it invites you to push beyond them. That relief, that quiet but undeniable shift, is the upgrade you've been chasing without even saying it out loud. Gaming feels unbelievably smooth. Not just because the RTX 5070 handles visuals effortlessly, but because every scene runs like it knows it has the power to breathe. Editing workloads that once made you pause now feel like flow. Even simple desktop use stays confident and quick instead of lagging behind your intent. And don't fall into the trap of thinking you can wait for a better deal. When hardware this capable gets snapped up, stock tightens and prices climb, often without warning. Waiting rarely rewards you here. If you're thinking it might be too much, that thought evaporates fast. This isn't raw chaos disguised as power. It's refined performance. Every component, from the CPU's precision to the GPU's stable output, feels tuned, not frantic. You don't feel overwhelmed. You feel in control. Here's the thing people don't tell you enough: owning quality changes how you approach every session. You stop adjusting settings. You stop budgeting resources. You stop wondering whether your system is up to the moment. You know it is, and that certainty transforms how you work and play. Responsive performance that feels immediate, graphics that stay crisp, and fluid multitasking without hesitation feels like your system finally matches you. Requires space for a full desktop. Premium performance comes at a real price at some point. Comparing weaker options becomes pointless. You don't revisit lower tier systems because you're unsure, you revisit because you're delaying the upgrade you already decided you wanted. Check the price while it's still in your favor, trust the instinct that brought you here, and don't let this become one of those upgrades you delay. Then remember, every time your current setup reminds you why you were ready for more.